Welcome to a sunny and extremely windy Villasimius on the southeast of the island of Sardinia. It is the final of the World Great Grandmasters Beach Ultimate Club Championships, with Merica from the United States taking on Germany's Young Legends. And it's been a slightly sloppy game. Joining us midway through the first point. And Young Legends, with a short field, have a chance to break to take a 1-0 lead. Here's Tim Kolstad. Low throw for Hertel. Squeezes his way through. Break for the Young Legends to begin. You are watching us live here on OTTV's YouTube channel for all of our crew.
You can see a lot of these throws are going to be bobbled and caught and pushed onto the floor out of bounds.
It's going to be a game where you're probably going to have to win, accepting that you're not going to play your best ultimate. And so we're going to see it there as Kale airmails that one. Powers tried to keep it alive, couldn't do so. Achenbach with a low release to Vital, and it's off the hands of Struber.
Struber, normally a really reliable end zone receiver, but in these conditions, it's made that much harder.
I'm not sure there is such a thing as reliable. When you are fighting into the teeth of the elements as that simple reset pass goes awry. It's difficult just to train 3-4 passes together at the moment. Vital low, and it is slapped down to the ground by, that is Lars Fjellstad, excuse me.
I mean, they do say that having the wind on the pitch is like having an extra defender, but it looks like it's not needed. Both teams playing excellent defense, and Pirelli with the layout.
Think of him as more of a thrower than as a scorer, and he's going to have to throw the assist because he's on the end zone line at the moment. I think maybe he's also got a face full of sand. Checking the disc in on the force. Pirelli might have to go backwards here, but it's very cluttered, it's very congested, just about gets off the reset to Achenbach. He turns, he pivots around, pops on back to Vital. Vital through! This time, Struber makes it stick. It is 2-0 to Young Legends. I have no ties to either nation, although one of the players from Merica, Sean McCall, is married to a UK Ultimate legend in Katie Forth. So that's the most British connection that we have. They
also brought us beers.
That is true. The mysterious Dawson arrived with a case of beer to the booth earlier, which always helps. And this one is macked straight into the hands of Tim Kolstad. He goes back to Hertel.
The Americans being on the unlucky side of this wind at the moment.
Playing it calm, resetting to Lelgen. Lelgen fakes the lower round, tries to zip that through. Would have been some catch from Hertel, but just too much to do. Going to be brought in on the front corner from Aaron Brown. It sounded like you started saying field and then decided you wanted to say pitch.
That's probably what happened, yeah.
It does feel weird saying field on sand. I will not lie to you.
Lovely upline cuts from the Americans.
This one is floaty. Anyone could get underneath it. Oh, in the end, McGee got 2 hands to it, but it wouldn't get in there. Been that sort of game early on for Merica. Swing into the centre for Lelgen. This is low, but it is zipped straight to Stephenson.
American sideline. Oh gosh! He looks like he just slapped that down, wasn't even trying to catch it.
Attack with a little pop to Nolte. Here's McGee. Got to be the continuation. Yes, no! Yes, it sticks! Just about into the hands of Patrick Wright. Well, Wright pulled a rabbit out of the hat there. The wind still hasn't really abated. And, you know, at this point, everyone's still on the beach. Make a most of a lively, raucous crowd here who have wrapped up all their games for the week and are fully enjoying the festivities. This one floats. It's another hospital pass. Struber drops it. Maybe got a little bit of a clip on the ankle, but nothing doing. It's going to be picked up by John Hock underneath to Peter Neer, one of the captains, former countryman of the Courier Islands. This one floats and it goes back to Vital, who slaps it to the floor No messing there. Vital, I thought he wanted to put it deep. He does want to put it deep, but it blades early and just falls to the floor. The speedy near makes the first cut. It's a brilliant inside flick. Great catch made by McCall.
Absolutely clung onto that disc as he went to ground.
Because it was really rifled in there.
That's nice.
Artibello. Continuation, hops it in, does near, not quite. It's a loud presence on the sideline that thought he'd managed it, but he does get it with that cheeky little lefty disc just passing through. Pitch invader, pitch invader.
So we are 2 apiece with Young Legends on serve.
So the final players making their way over, packing the sidelines in front and behind the camera.
Oh.
Young Legends still a break up in this game. Having pulled to start in this one, just gets nowhere out of the hands of Kolstadt.
That's a real gift to Merica.
De Frondeville with the 1/2 on his back. Nice way to tape the half in because they had 2 players with kit number 1.
Oh.
That one, great snag by Kale. Pivots around to the backhand, back to De Frondeville.
These round marks from the Germans. Oh, I was just about to say, round marks from the Germans, really not giving the Americans a lot of options on that round channel.
Well, I mean, Asta Lord of the receiver did very well, but not quite good enough.
So see, he really has to pivot round Hermeking, and in the end, he just pivots too far. The disc is too far around.
Yeah, it's not always about, point blocking the throw. It can just be about doing enough to fail the execution. Almost a sand skimmer there from Lawrence, but it stays up. Here's Powers. Oh, that's going to be a pick. Kale was trying to clear out back into the center, and he got in its hair tools way with that distinctive ponytail and the glove on his left hand. Must admit, a bit of a flex to have hair long enough to have a ponytail in the Great Band Masters division.
That is true.
Nice little switch there to palm off the up line cut. Goes back to Kale. Kale just really zings and zips that one through to De Frondeville. It's another break for Merica, 3 on the bounce. And they thought, normally it's a couple more players than we'd like, but it's beach, it's grueling, especially coming out of a pandemic. And how could you deny people the opportunity to come here? I mean, it is utterly glorious, despite what the wind has to say.
Yes, it's normally slightly more glorious than it is now, which is to say, still very glorious.
Vital, a man who certainly has a big play in his locker. That was strange.
I think a foul on the mark from Chris Dawson. Achenbach was just waiting there, or maybe look at Achenbach, he's just waiting for it.
Whatever happened, it's an uncontested foul, so this disc will come back in on 0. Attack will check it in, so it remains in Vital's grasp. Vital looking, Bid comes in but doesn't get there, quickly tries to get up. That's Glass. And Pirelli puts it deep. Vital's got a lot of work to do, and it just kept on going and sailed out of shot.
It looked like it was an absolutely lovely pass and floating a lot, but just floated too far out of bounds for Rudi Vital. So Merica, as I predicted, now have an opportunity to put in a downwind-ish point.
Yeah, this might be the slightly easier direction, but there isn't an easy direction, let me tell you. Centre to Brown, continues, nice snag there from right, because that was tricky, as every catch is in this weather. Thought about the deep, just about jams it up line, and it sticks in the hand, like it is almost glued there. Underneath is Brown at the moment, they are just cramming it down this far sideline. Goes into the centre, continuation towards the far side for attack, works his way to right. Good working through this handler, almost Dominator style set, until Licata frees himself in the end zone. That's Thomas Glass, and it is 4-2 now for Merica. That's 4 in a row.
For the Teutonic visitors, so...
yeah, I didn't realise that was such a thing, but we have had a fair few people come up to this week just from the beach and talk to us in German. Which, I mean, is all right for you, but we all struggle with, oh, this one pops up. Is it going to be rescued? No, the closest person to getting a hand on it was Kale, but he won't mind that it hit the sand because it's a turn. And now Kale finds the disc from Nolte inside, zings it through to Fjellstad. Fjellstad goes back to Kale. He's got some work to do.
Oh, my word.
Well, Kale certainly had his spinach this morning.
Oh, Benji.
You love it. Fjellstad struggles, but he does get it through to Ottibello. Nolte to Kale. Kale fakes, and then a very elaborate pivot back. Fjellstad doesn't have a mark on. Hertel's a little bit slow in getting there. Maybe struggling in the sun, but hot. Brilliant. Brilliant, just leaning into that inside flick. Merica are rocking and rolling right now. It's 5-2.
Yeah, to all those on the stream saying it looks windy, yeah, that's how you can tell it's really windy when you can actually see the effects on a live stream.
Yeah, those Eurodisc flags in the background fluttering to and fro show you what's going on. We are indeed using a pink Eurodisc. Pink shows up better on the sand. And Eurodisc have provided the disc for today's tournament, as it's, again, you can see how frustrated Kolstad is. And Merica wastes no time. McGee to attack. Attack back to McGee. Thinks about the upline cut, but pivots into the centre. Lawrence gets himself into a bit of a jam there. This one rises, but they're wise to it and over the top. They made it look so casual and so easy, Ali.
How many deficits they've had to work their way out of, because, you know, even if as a team you train together, being in a game situation where you have several points to make up is not something you can necessarily simulate in training. And wow, what a pull.
This is a tough situation to be put in when you're 1 point away from half. This floats. Is it going to stay in bounds? It is. It's caught by Carter just side of the end zone. So no Callahan there for Merica on a high stall. Going backwards. Powers dishes into the centre. Carter gets a little bit of a bump on the mark from Peter Lelgen. With that compression sleeve on his right calf. It's almost like a long sand sock. He wants the inside, he shows it once, twice, third time's not the charm. Instead he goes back to Powers. Powers finds the cutter free at the front of the end zone. Hackenbach looks round. Feels like there should have been someone there, but there was no one. And Richard Russell makes the catch.
Hello again to those watching in the live chat. It would really help us out if you could hit the thumbs up on this video, leave a comment, subscribe if you aren't already, and hit the notification bell to be notified every time we go live with more Ultimate content.
So the young legends are at least beginning this second half on offense. Achenbach has it. Nice undercut there from Hertel. This is nice. They've got a bit of flow, a bit of motion. Vital Jackson, it bubbles in the air. Brilliant catch from Pirelli to finally break the skid for the young legends.
And that is an absolutely beautiful point for the young legends. So that was, in theory, an upwind break for, or an upwind hold rather, for the young legends.
Yeah, going kind of towards the bottom right of your picture. As that in time, rather than waiting 20 minutes it would take after an out-of-breath player to walk back. Here's the enigmatic Dawson. De Frondeville motions downfield, clearly not frustrated with what he's seeing.
Young legends trying to trap the disc on the sideline, trying to force the Americans to break into the wind.
Slap of the hand on the mark from Lelgen. Feel like we're generally seeing the same players trotting out here from young legends. I wonder what their stamina is at the end of a long, hard week on the beach. Carter. Oh, there was a narrow window there for a little bit. He's done a great job there to manipulate the mark, to free up the space into the centre, where he finds Nolte, and Nolte goes backwards. It rises a little bit, but Dawson is everywhere and nowhere at the same time as he makes that catch.
Germans leaving the IO channel a little bit exposed here.
This one, what a bid, does not get there that time from Stefan Klima. Now De Frondeville, inching and piecemealing their way down the pitch, just right on the precipice of another goal here. McGee wants the dish to De Frondeville. I mean, There is no space anywhere. Got to make sure that you don't double team. The crash comes in, the swing goes round, it bounces, and Stephenson slaps it to the floor.
I mean, that's...
Throwing it right into the teeth of the heather. It's a lot put for Hertel. He's underneath it comfortably. And all of a sudden, the Germans have something cooking here. Achenbach's 1-on-1 in the end zone. Takes advantage of the face mark, but they weren't on the same page. Claudia Hermicking in front of us puts her hands frustratedly to her head. I think she knows that was a good opportunity.
By forcing the disc onto this near sideline and making life as difficult as possible for the Americans.
This zone defense for the young legends seems to be causing Merica a couple of problems. They are, they're really making them just slowly matriculate the disc down the field.
There's a deep cut, but it's well covered by Stephenson.
Just about tries to squeeze that one through the inside against the mystery man of Dawson. How he can be Merica and also from Curry Island, I don't know. Maybe he has dual nationality. He's a man of the world. Oh, hello, a scuba in this weather. I love it, absolutely love it. It's always almost disrespectful to the wind.
That is the epitome of cheeky.
Look it up in the dictionary, and if you've got a picture dictionary, you might just find that throw. A Pictionary. Oh, no, wait, no, that's a different thing. Here's Nolte, just a little pop down the line. Here's Kerry Carter.
And they've been here before in this point.
That time they do find the swing into the centre. Dawson, 1-2 fakes to de Frondeville. Now Dawson goes through to the end zone. Colored free at the front of the zone. Goal for Merica. And I love that Kerry Carter goes to help up his opposite number. Gives a big hand to Stefan Klima. It was a grind, but America held their nerve for an 8-3 lead.
We've got some heckling in the chat for the German side saying if Jens was younger, he would have caught that blade.
Would he though?
Well, so he can claim anyway.
Hips jersey on the far sideline.
I certainly hope it is. Where should I be looking?
Back right.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Only an ultimate tournament. Vital, underneath. Kolstad puts the burners on. Here's Pirelli. We used his real name, which is, I think, Schunk, in the first game, and told that no one uses that.
Oh, my word.
Woof! Well, I think the name on everyone's lips at the moment is Lars Fjellstad. What a bid. Fully horizontal. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, that's certainly a clutch play to make right in the end zone. So Merica have a chance to lengthen out their lead.
Lawrence holding out the disc for the flick.
Whoop.
Finds its way to Chris Artibello, and he gets a little bit of a bump. Apology as Merica gets back into play. Here's Fjellstad. Wants to find the option in the centre. He does. That's Britt Attack. Oh, off the paws of Lawrence, and Struber maybe got a little bit of a touch through on it as well as it went to the ground.
Yeah, as we said, this wind makes everything harder. Throwing and catching and even running when the wind is this strong is made more difficult.
Yeah, you come off the pitch thinking, I applied sunscreen, why am I burned? The wind burn is real, it really whips in your face. Pirelli's taken off deep for the up line. It's high, it's going! Oh. Pirelli off the fingertips.
Is there going to be a call? It looks like an uncontested sign is being showed even before Pirelli has had a chance to call a foul.
There would have been some catch if he'd hung on. We're going to see it again here on the replay. Gets a decent amount of it.
I think he might have got a shoulder in the neck, Pirelli. So if it is an uncontested foul, Pirelli will take it from the front of the end zone.
Just going to see the result.
Foul uncontested. Thank you to the players on the pitch using hand signals.
It's also tricky as well because American hand signals are slightly different to the WIFDF hand signals as well, which is not necessarily helpful. The sooner we can convince America to come around to the right rule set, the better.
Ooh, and everyone should be able to move as soon as Pirelli picked up the disc, but there we go. Whatever. No one's 100% on the rules.
This is low. Nearly tried to trap it against the leg almost. Couldn't do so. Another break chance for Merica. Trying to front the cutters, and Pirelli reads it brilliantly. Makes every language teacher in Germany happy with that read. And it floats and it bounces off the fingertips of Christian Lang.
Well, it's the sum of 11 after a 10 catch. There is a 1 throw.
And that one, wow, I don't know how that, it was like almost stayed up hoverboard style, just seemed to be magnetically rejected from the surface of the sand.
I thought it touched the sand. I maybe thought I saw a little skim of sand as it went across.
Oh, interesting.
Very much like to see it on the replay. Yes, flight of the disc. So it's going to be a retracted down call.
Merica have the disc still in their possession. Bid comes through from Kolstadt. Does enough to get the D.
Yeah, looks like Artibello happy with that level of contact, not going to call the foul. So Pirelli will pick up.
Looking downfield, marshalling traffic. Steps in, wrenches the forehand deep.
Oh! And that's going to be a foul call.
Lang looks like he says that he had it.
No break, no break, no break, no break.
So here is Klaus Pirelli Schunk. Goes back to Kolstadt.
Oh,
what a raking around shot to Vital. How do you hold a force against that? And the disc to Struber, it looked good, and then the wind just pretty much put up that invisible plane that the disc could not cross. Merica want to get it all in one. Pirelli's there again. He's all over the field.
yeah, he's really making his everyone else on the team really work hard. And
he wants this one to come back in bounds, but I think he knows that it is not going to. One timeout per game. Young Legends have used theirs, but Merica have theirs in the bank. As Lawrence tries to squeeze this one up line, it goes through Fjellstad's hands. This point is becoming a real melee. A little bit of huck and D we've seen at times. This time it's low off the hands of Lang. Lawrence picks up quickly. Beautiful little low allowed break.
as the hooter goes for 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes left of this game before the soft cap will go.
And it's Lawrence to a wide open player, but the wind just laughed in the face of Merica and just pushed it away. Oh, this is a cruel, cruel game at times.
It really is. And gosh, at times like this, you really do think, what if these teams were playing each other in stiller conditions? Because the score has been 8-3 for what feels like an awfully long time.
What is this, Worlds? Well, it kind of is, actually.
There's certainly a W in the acronym.
Pirelli trying to find an option to get free. Instead he zinks it downfield, gets it somehow through to Vital. Now Vital to Lang. Pirelli is burning rubber to get downfield. Instead it's an under, and I don't think Struber was expecting it because he didn't even attempt to catch. Everyone looks out on their feet out there, and well, I think the timeout was always coming from Merica, and it's Brit Attack who does the honours.
Someone should create an indoor beach championships.
Oh, interesting.
What do they do in volleyball when it's really windy?
I don't know.
No, I don't know why I expected you to know that and asked you. I think I was just thinking aloud.
I do know many things, to be fair. Lawrence with a lovely break. Goes around to Attack. Finds the inside channel. Artibello dumps off to Lawrence. Lawrence looking downfield, doesn't see a cut that he likes. So resets that Merica are rotating the disc much better than when they were struggling in the very early part of this game. Oh, that was a nice snag by Lawrence for a disc that was difficult. This one floats and, oh, visionary. I'm sure Fjellstad was always who they had in mind. And he's going to take the short option. The hell point is over and it ends in Merica's hands. And if you want to help us do more of this stuff and do it better and bigger than we have previously, then I highly recommend becoming a patron on our Patreon site. You can find the link in the description of all our YouTube videos, or you can go to www.ulti.tv to find out more. This one is jacked from the young legend. Hertel, such a tempting deep target. He lays out of the sideline. He has it in his hands, but I'd be surprised if that was in. And I think his teammate down there, Jens Scherderberg, is calling him out.
Gets a bit soft in the heat.
People landing on it, just warps it. Nia tries to power up at line. De Frondeville, really trapped, really troubled. Still count rising, tries to buy the foul, perhaps a little bit there from Hertel. Heads.
Caught by Kuusinen for Team Finland, who'll jog it back. Team Finland took bronze. Oh God, I thought that was going to hit Hertel in the head.
So De Frondeville is going to check it back in. And what a way to check it back in, immediately shooting a breakthrough to Nia. Hop. Low, lashes it across to Kale. Kale looking downfield for an option. Instead, puts a bit of air under it to Hock. Just trying to utilize the wind there rather than trying to fight against it. Manipulating the space through to Dawson. Back to Hock. Just now a little bit of a 1-2 with Dawson. Love the way that those two are pinging it between them, zinging it towards the back cone. Kale is wide open, and it is now 10-3 game to 11.
And I guess you want to put a power line on to try and keep the dream alive for as long as possible.
Also, you know, this could be the last point in the tournament unless you put it in, so cannot afford to take players off necessarily. Vital to Pirelli, back to Vital. Swing to Achenbach. But yeah, there's a foul on the throw there. All right, settle down. Whoa! Well, I think that caught Pirelli rather than the other way round.
Certainly caught him by surprise.
Here's Achenbach. He's winding up, he's uncorking it. There's a player, Vital, trying to run through, but it's too much for him to do. And now it will be Merica's disc with a chance to take the gold medal.
Between players from these two teams, this game has had some excellent spirit, as you would hope every game does, especially a final. Yeah, the spirit throughout this tournament has been excellent. I think it just shows how happy people are to be out playing again. And in a scenario like this, how could you not be? As McCall muscles his way up line. Gets past Vital and then breaks around. Looking downfield for a continuation option, stuttling a little bit. Finds the option eventually underneath his Powers, the captain. Feldman now takes off deep after getting that throw released. Still count rises, just about tries to break it, sneaks and slithers through the hands of Patrick Wright. I mean, that German defense was really incredible. They weren't letting America have anything under, and the forces in particular stopping those rounds, as we've seen them do earlier in this game. Really brilliant. Glitching the dish from Lehmann is Achenbach. Doesn't fancy the dump back. Goes for it in the end. Oh! Vital, we wanted to go with two hands, and then he pulled out and went with one. And this is going to give a relatively short field for McCall. Inside flick towards the back of the end zone, and no. No. Has he? Has he? I mean, if he is, I was very surprised. Teammate is calling him down. I thought it was going to head into the back end zone of the other pitch. Me too. But it actually really hung. Well, let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this. Yeah. I think that's down. I think he digs it out of the sand a little bit. Oh, it's going to be contested? We're trying to signal to the teams that we have a replay if they want it, but they're not looking at us. People don't do that enough, to be honest. Oh well, not much we can do. As long as the players are happy, we continue. McCall with a little push pass through to Powers. Powers to the front cone, to right, can't keep hold of it. There are some slightly uncharitable among us who might say the disc doesn't lie. I really was thinking that. I'm very glad you say it, and so I didn't. Hey, I didn't say it. I said that there are some uncharitable people who might. Oh, there we go. Keeping your tracks covered. Allegedly, the disc doesn't lie. Those pseudo-philosophers. Oh, it bounces off the hands of Achenbach. Powers
Tries to zing this one.
Oh,
Oh,
he gets
Pirelli got a tip
Pirelli.
on it, but it might go back to Russell. He's got it on the end zone line with a dish to Feldman. Merica take the gold medal. They are the world great grandmasters beach ultimate club champions for the second time in a row.
And I believe that Merica has not lost a game at a single World Great Grandmasters Beach Ultimate Club Championships. They are showing for the second time in a row what an absolutely dominant team they are.
It is something to behold, and remember, this Young Legends team are no slouches by any stretch of the imagination. Had not lost a game all tournament until now, and you can say that, you know, maybe if the wind wasn't like this, the game would have been closer. But in the most testing of conditions, Merica proved they had all the answers.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, Ultimate TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our
our
work
work.
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the ultimate world and beyond.
Ulti.tv